I don't believe it. That's it then. A new god of destruction created by Zeno-sama. Damn it, I'm screwed, said Champa in a nervous tone. Vados notices the desperation of Champa and the other gods of destruction. Then she thinks to herself the Daishikan's words. If it really is what he wanted, she will be about to assume the responsibility of a more powerful being that existed among the destroyers. Both the Hakaishins and Kaioshins were trying to control their anxiety and to know which universe the new god Korn will rule, and were also apprehensive that any of the 8 remaining gods would be replaced and awaited the revelation of the great high priest Daishikan. The tension grows each time the priest takes the time to break the news. The 8 below-average gods of destruction couldn't hide their worry and fear. After all, one of them will be replaced for not fulfilling their role as Hakaishin properly. Precisely the 8 Hakaishin who participated in the Tournament of Power. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. I come to inform you before the verdict that Mr. Korn will soon be awakened and is already well located in the universe where he will command. I just hope he's not an idiot and actually does his job, comments Margarita, the angel of Universe 11, whispering to Vados' ear so that her master Belmod would not hear her. Vados quickly turns to her and responds in the same low tone so Champa doesn't hear. I would love to serve the new god created by the excellence of the power of Lord Zeno and who will certainly be a great and powerful god of destruction. Champa was apparently more angry than scared and takes one look at Beerus and thinks to himself, that's great. Now my brother will screw me over forever if I'm the chosen one. You rub it into my face that I'm a loser, that besides losing in a tournament of power, I'm still at risk of losing my position to another god more powerful than me. That is unacceptable. I want everyone's attention right now. Now I will reveal who will be the god of destruction that will be replaced. Finally, Daishikan gets everyone's attention and will announce who will be replaced by Korn. At that moment, all 8 gods of destruction who are the danger of being replaced began to panic and get scared. The atmosphere is silent and extremely tense. Mr. Champa of Universe 6 and Mr. Beerus of Universe 7, step forward, please. The 2 brothers looked at each other and together they began to take heavy steps towards the High Priest. Goku and Vegeta weren't understanding either. For if a god of destruction would be replaced, why Daishikan also called Lord Beerus? Hey, I don't understand, Whis. Why did Mr. Daishikan call Mr. Beerus too? Asks Goku, approaching Whis. Actually, that's a question that I don't even know how to tell you. Let's just watch what happens. Champa, then thinking that the worst had already happened, questioned himself in his thoughts as he walked towards Daishikan. I knew I should have listened to Vados. If I had really gone into shape and destroyed the planets, I wouldn't be in this situation. All that food is now worthless. Champa showed on his face that he was deeply sorry for being a fool exercising his role as Hakaishin. But he also wasn't sure if Beerus was called because he also failed to fulfill his role as a god of destruction. But that moment was not one of rivalry, but of accepting the fate that awaited them. Mr. Champa, you seem a little removed from your responsibilities and obligations as a god of destruction of Universe 6, says Daishikan, looking steadily at Champa. This decision was made by me and the great Lord Zenos. You will be removed because of your incapable stature and your questionable choices while in your role as a destroyer, where you prioritize competitions and spent much of your time collecting desire orbs and traveling to other universes without the permission of the great Zeno. So you weren't keeping the balance in your universe, and these last few years have been stranger than usual as apparently you haven't been destroying or fulfilling the responsibilities your role demands. In other words, with this we know that the god of destruction that will be replaced will be Mr. Champa. After listening to Daishikan, Champa accepted his flaws as a god of destruction and reverently spoke a few words. I am aware of my mistakes, Mr. Daishikan. I understand the situation and I should have realized that at one time or another this would happen. But what will happen to me? Will I be erased again for no longer being a god of destruction? Please tell me. I don't want to be erased.
You will not be destroyed, but will be converted back to a mortal, and will start to age from this moment on. You are no longer a god of destruction. So tell me, which planet in Universe 6 would you like to spend the rest of your life on? Champa then, with a small smile on his face, had his last wish.
I want to spend my last moments on the Earth of Universe 6 because that planet I consider a gift for me.
Daishikan extends his hands and says in a squeaky voice, "So, Champa, former god of destruction from Universe 6 will now become a mortal on Earth." Champa disappears as soon as Daishikan finishes his sentence. And at the same time that this happens, Bua, the Kaioshin of Universe 6, is deeply saddened because he himself had predicted that this would happen because of Champa's difficult behavior. "I tried to convince him in several ways to improve his Akaishin behavior, but Champa always threatened me in some way," Bua says in their saddest words. The Kaioshin of Universe 6 disappears and went to the other world where he will spend the rest of his days in the world of dead Kaioshins. Beerus, who never harbored any feelings for his brother, is now in a serious and thoughtful position as there is a possibility that he may never see his brother Champa again. And another thing that had been worrying him, and that now it was his turn to face his judgment. All the gods were completely silent, despite not accepting Champa's wrongful actions, but respect for fellow Hakaishin still hovered. "Now it is your turn, Mr. Beerus," said Daishikan, looking firmly at the god of destruction of Universe 7. "Unlike your brother Champa, you fulfill your duties as a destroyer very well, and we have nothing against your actions. But on the other hand, the new god, Mr. Korn, as I mentioned earlier, that he was created with the essence of the Xenolords, and for you to be aware of this fact, only Xenolord and myself will be able to defeat him if he manages to reach his maximum power."
What?
Beerus amazed, accompanied by all the other gods. It was impossible to believe that at this moment a being with such power would appear. "Did you hear that, Vegeta? The new god, Lord Korn, is very powerful. Much more powerful than Mr. Beerus and Whis," comments Goku, already wanted to meet the new Saiyan god.
Yes, and I can't believe it,
comments Vegeta, very shaken.
"How could Mr. Sinnoh create such a monster?"
Well then, what I wanted to report to you, Mr. Beerus, is that Korn has a very high power above his, and with that only Universe 6 will be little for his domains. So from now on, he will also be the new god of Universe 7, the new shocked people everywhere. Never has a Hakaishin been given the responsibility of taking care of two universes at the same time. So everyone recognizes that Korn is a special being, and everyone already wants to meet him. Beerus couldn't believe what he was hearing, and without any reaction, he just listened attentively to Daishikan's every word. The previous options made us believe that it would be better to delete it. But as you do a great job and that your universe was the great winner of the Tournament of Power, the Xenolords did not authorize deleting it. The previous options made us believe that it would be better to just erase it. But as you do a great job and that your universe was the great winner of the Tournament of Power, the Xenolords did not authorize erasing it. But from now on, you will be the servant of Korn and will assist you with your assignments in Universe 6 and 7. What do you say?
Yes, Mr. Daishikan. I will help him and be a servant of the new god Korn. I will be ready for whatever he needs,
says Beerus, dry, swallowing his pride. I know that these changes are quite sad, but now let's move on to the new future for Universe 6 and Universe 7 as well. For now, Korn, the new god, will maintain the balance between these universes, concluded Daishikan, satisfied. And that also means that a new Kaioshin needs to be chosen from the Kaiju tree so that life is kept in balance again in the 6th and 7th universe. At this moment, the Xenolords, excited by Korn's nomination, hum and announce that Korn will be a very powerful Kaioshin, as he's quite strong.
Korn will be very strong, right?
Says Zeno from the present.
He will be the best, right?
Confirms Zeno from the very future. I don't know what to expect from this new Hakaishin, Mr. Shin, but I'm excited to see what happens next. commented Tsukibito, who was former assistant for the Kaioshin of Universe 7. Still a little sad that his friend had been erased, but curious and excited to meet this new god so powerful. I am prepared to serve the new Kaioshin that was born from the fruit of the Kaiju tree and the new destroyer of Universe 6. Very excited. Not only you, but the fact that he will also be the new god of destruction of Universe 7 will also serve him as well as Beerus. Comments Shin, the Kaioshin of Universe 7 in a serious expression. And while all this was happening, Vadus cannot hide her excitement and that she would soon meet her newest Hakaishin. And suddenly Daishikan calls her and asks to come closer. Vadus, now go immediately to meet your newest destroyer. Korn, he will be awakened soon. Says Daishikan before ending the meeting. Beforehand, I want you to remember what I informed you on the planet of Champa. Mr. Korn is a newly created being, and the little he knows is what Mr. Zeno implanted in his mind. That is, from now on, you will teach him everything he needs to know about his functions and his training. Of course, Mr. Daishikan, I'm honored by the new opportunity you've given me. I will make Mr. Korn the best Hakaishin ever. Vado speaks excitedly. Another thing I wanted to mention to all the gods here. 3,000 Targs from now on, we will gather on the planet of destruction of Universe 6 to begin the ritual of initiation of Korn as the new god of destruction. As of now, they're all dismissed. Yes, Mr. Daishikan, I withdraw from his presence and I will go to meet Mr. Korn right now. Says Vados before swinging her staff and a tunnel of light pulling her to another dimension, returning to Universe 6. 3,000 Targs? What does that mean, Mr. Whis? Asks curious Goku. 3,000 Targs means, well, I'll explain given as an example of your time on Earth. Korn's initiation will take place in 24 hours according to the Earth Blade. Oh, yeah, now I understand. So tomorrow at the same time, Korn will officially be the new god of destruction of Universe 6 and 7. Exactly. I'm just a little worried about Mr. Beerus. He seems to be so sad about what happened. Yeah, it really must be a bar for him to have his brother replaced and still lose part of his reign as god of destruction of Universe 7. Right? Comments Goku looking at Beerus, who remained silent, leaning against the column. Oh, I know. Let's go ashore and ask Bulma to organize a party and banquet for us. It's been a while since we've met with others. And perhaps Mr. Beerus will lighten up a bit. It's a splendid idea, Mr. Goku. Let's go to Earth and eat those wonderful delicacies that only Bulma can provide for us. I think Mr. Beerus may improve his countenance.
But the question now is, what will this new god Korn be like? And how will he behave in the face of the challenges of our universe?
Asks Vegeta thoughtfully. Don't you worry. I know that Don't you worry. I know that my sister Vados will take good care of Mr. Korn. And just so you know, she is more ruthless about training than I am. A true executioner. Comments Whis, laughing. Well, let's go because I can't wait to taste the new delights of your planet. Somewhere on the planet reserved for the Hakaishin of Universe 6, Korn floats, still unconscious, across the planet's sky. Just with small flashes in your mind at the time of its creation. Congratulations, Zeno gentlemen! A magnificent creature. And from what I understand, we already found a function for him. If you agree with me, he can also be the new god of destruction.
God of destruction? From destruction, yeah, he's the god of destruction!
And what would be the name of this god, gentlemen?
Wait, I know! Let's call him Korn! 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 Korn!
Korn awakens from his deep sleep and looks down at his feet to find himself floating high above the clouds. Where am I? I'm flying? How can I do this? He asks himself in awe, floating throughout the dimension in what looked like a beautiful planet. Suddenly, he feels a strong gust of wind, And when he looks back, a figure of mysterious and beautiful woman with blue color and long hair, wearing a beautiful green mantle and bringing with a kind staff on her hand.
Who are you?
My name is Vados. I am an angel who will assist you from now on. To be continued. So hey, my partner, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all of this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you arrive exposing it in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.